In January 2011, the District Council of Mt Barker's Chief Executive Officer, Mr Andrew Stewart, was introduced to the Commonwealth Local Government Forum's Good Practice Scheme by Mr Ron Malcolm, who at the time was the Forum's coordinator in Australia. The District Council of Mt Barker covers close to 600 square kilometres and has a population just over 30,000. A decision by the state government in late 2010 to rezone 1,300 hectares of land will see development doubling the population in the three main townships over the next 15 to 25 years. Mt Barker itself is a 45-minute drive from Adelaide in South Australia and is the largest of the 15 townships within the council area. The District Council of Mt Barker had been identified as a potential partner for Kokopo Vunamami urban local level government in Papua New Guinea, as the two councils shared many similar characteristics: rapid growth, albeit for different reasons, similar populations, and an agricultural hinterland and heritage. Kokopo, with a population over 26,000, is located approximately 1,000 kilometres northeast of Port Moresby and is one of the most isolated cities in Papua New Guinea. Kokopo has been the administrative, commercial and educational centre for the East New Britain province since a volcano eruption devastated neighbouring Rabaul in 1994. This resulted in the displacement of almost 30,000 people to Kokopo, now the regional centre for the New Guinea Islands region. In March 2011, Mayor Anne Ferguson and Andrew Stewart, accompanied by Ron Malcolm, undertook a scoping visit to Kokopo, with the initial thought that a focus for the partnership would be on asset management. Ron introduced Mayor Ferguson and Andrew to Mr Lulu Ted, the Forum's Papua New Guinea Coordinator, Kokopo Mayor Mr Albert Boanga, Mr Clement Irasua, Kokopo's caretaker town manager at the time, Mr Ben Mode, Deputy Town Manager, and Mr Freddie Lemecki, the Town Manager for Rabaul. The hospitality and friendship shown to the Mt Barker delegation was exceptional. Upon returning to Australia, Andrew considered his observations and determined the primary focus should be on financial management and reporting, including related administrative support systems such as IT, and identifying future revenue-raising opportunities. These activities would underpin all future Kokopo Council activities in terms of planning, infrastructure, sewerage and garbage, etc. By June 2011, the Memorandum of Understanding was signed and a business plan drafted. In August 2011, Mt Barker's General Manager of Corporate Services, Mr David Peters, accompanied by Ron, flew to Kokopo to conduct a review and audit of Kokopo's existing financial systems and reporting practices. In addition to identifying several risks associated with the existing rate collection system, David confirmed communication and information technology as areas requiring priority attention. That is, it was necessary to improve these systems to assist in the development of better financial management practices. David and Clement liaised to establish objectives and an action plan was developed. The main partnership objectives were to establish effective communication between Kokopo and Mt Barker, improve the information technology system in place in Kokopo, provide MyOB as an electronic accounting tool, and implement a complete rate revenue business system. Mt Barker and Kokopo team members were identified and the teams established based on the action plan and project deliverables. Both partners agreed that in order for the partnership to be successful in the short term, it was critical to have key operational Kokopo staff come to Mt Barker as soon as possible for training and relationship building activities. In late November 2011, the Kokopo delegation arrived in Mt Barker and was comprised of Clement Irasua, now having resumed his substantive position as Deputy Provisional Administrator, but Clement is considered a key stakeholder in our partnership, Mr Ben Mode, Deputy Town Manager, Mr Robert Marty, Accountant, and Ms Jenny Lolock, Accounts Administrator. After 5 days of intense training in MyOB, communication and information technology, Clement, Ben, Robert and Jenny returned to Kokopo, taking with them a PC and associated peripherals, including a power surge protector. Software was installed on the PC and it was locked down for virus protection and security purposes. Relationships were strongly established and all team members had developed a greater understanding of each other's skills and capabilities. In late 2011, it became clear that challenges to the success of the project were centred around IT and communication, mainly because of the difficulties associated with setting up and supporting an on-premise server. Copper wire not lasting very long in Papua New Guinea before being dug up and sold, making the city entirely reliant on wireless broadband for overseas internet connections, all PCs being riddled with viruses, conditions in Kokopo being quite basic and the power supply often dropping out or surging. Local IT support, where it did exist, was very expensive, and the cost and time involved in travelling to and from Kokopo meant the project could have potentially failed without a different approach. Additionally, determining the status of the land valuation roll, which was last gazetted in 2002, was proving to be quite challenging. For various reasons, Kokopo Council did not have up-to-date valuation information from which they could issue rates notices. The valuation roll was updated in 2009, but never certified and gazetted for use. Mt Barker's information communication technology partner, Telstra, suggested trialling their new software as a service portal, T-Suite, to purchase Office 365, Microsoft's cloud productivity and collaboration solution. An appealing feature of Office 365 was its scalability, meaning we could start off small and build up the number of licences as the project expanded and other staff in both councils came online. Initially, we purchased 5 Office 365 seats, giving key staff at both partner councils access to the entire suite of Microsoft products. The suite is comprised of Office Professional for Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, SharePoint Online, which is a portal to log into the web interface allowing sharing of documents, Link, which allows for unified communications enabling users to simultaneously make a phone call, video call, chat and share desktops remotely, and Exchange Online, so files are always in up-to-date cloud versions. All of this was available for a predictable, small monthly subscription for each licence. It was not necessary to purchase all features within the suite. For example, at a corporate level in Mt Barker, some staff only use SharePoint to access the cloud. Trialling the product was an option that allowed us to confirm wireless internet access connection in Papua New Guinea would be suitable to connect to Microsoft SharePoint Online. In December 2011, we moved forward with the provisioning of suitable hardware and infrastructure. We are now able to communicate regularly using voice calls, chat, video calls and sharing computers, all through Microsoft Link. What you are seeing on screen now is Doris Hassan, Mt Barker's ICT coordinator, using Link to communicate with Jenny, Kokopo's administration officer. Doris has opened Link, connected to Kokopo and started the video conferencing.
Hi Jenny, how are you? Great to talk to you again. Jenny, if you'd like to start a video call. Okay, I'll just start my video too. Okay, so you can see me. Okay, I'll just make this a little bit bigger so that we can see nicely. Okay, so that's how we use video calls to communicate with each other and to touch base, and we try and touch base on a fairly regular basis to give any help and assistance. So Jenny, what we now is move to sharing our desktop to show people how we can actually share the desktop and help to work through things.
In this instance, Jenny has shared her desktop with Doris to go through how to scan documents with Kokopo's new multifunction device. On a previous occasion, Doris had remotely connected and installed this device in Kokopo without leaving Mt Barker.
Just double click on the icon, hopefully it will come up. Yep, it's coming up now. Then we choose, in the left hand column, we choose the top option, save as PDF. That's it. And then we just simply click scan at the bottom and it will scan through, and it will just go through now and scan the 20 pages.
Implementing Telstra's Microsoft Office 365 cloud technology was a partnership-defining link between Kokopo and Mt Barker. With Link, any team member can see if their counterpart is at their computer and online, and then call them up quickly and ask a question, both visually and verbally, without having to explain in an email and then wait for a response. All files and documents are shared and synchronised between Kokopo's desktop and the cloud, so if the internet goes down in Kokopo, the staff there can keep working in MyOb, and when internet connectivity is restored, all data will automatically synchronise. Carol Burns, Mt Barker's finance officer, can regularly check the accuracy of Jenny's data entry and respond quickly to any questions Jenny may have. The ability to do this has proven critical in providing timely assistance to Kokopo in order to make significant progress in getting their rate collection system in place. Additionally, the cloud provides an excellent data backup strategy. We are now also in a position where Carol can make international funds transfers to reimburse Kokopo for program-related expenses using banking software that converts Australian dollars to Kina. This facilitates prompt payment to local IT or communication service providers. Invoices are scanned in Kokopo, uploaded to the cloud, downloaded in Mt Barker, payment authorised, and a funds transfer made direct to Kokopo. The key message here was that improving IT communications was fundamental to providing a cost-effective platform to manage and contribute to future partnership projects, such as asset management. The ICT infrastructure put in place is both inexpensive and easy to replicate and roll out, so the work to do that in another council would be very small compared to the benefit it would provide. Conversations that this technology has generated indicate that those who know Papua New Guinea well see this partnership as a model that could really take their communication and technological needs to the next level without having to spend millions of dollars. Mt Barker has looked at other ways it could use Office 365 in its daily operations. We are trialling this technology with some of our elected members with a view to implementing paperless council meetings by the next local government elections in 2013. Mayor Anne Ferguson has successfully made the transition to being almost paperless by simply accessing the council meeting agenda from the cloud and downloading it to her iPad. Mt Barker's senior management group are also becoming familiar with technological capabilities and how they can be applied within council. The communication and IT solutions implemented under the partnership have really made the program work for both Kokopo and Mt Barker and allowed us to make significant progress delivering on our key objectives in a relatively short period of time. Whilst we can communicate regularly, stay on track and provide support almost immediately, we are, however, facing challenges with the status and accuracy of the Kokopo land valuation roll. In terms of capacity building, it is technology that has enabled our partnership to extend Kokopo staff in terms of their levels of comfort, understanding and technical knowledge. So, our experience to date is that this has been a capacity building and empowering partnership for both councils and emphasises the importance of partnerships fostering shared knowledge in order to achieve meaningful outcomes.